One of the best habits I have is writing down my ideas right when it pops up in my mind. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why this is important to you too. Well, this can sound like a cliche productivity advice, but you will find out why this is so important at the end of this video. Sometimes our brain can come up with incredible ideas that can do magic in our lives. It can be a business idea or a unique marketing strategy or anything. The interesting thing is that these amazing ideas pops up in your mind at random situations. You can't predict when it is going to happen. Sometimes you come across a problem and your brain cannot come up with a solution right away. But later, at some point of time, a solution for that problem pops up in your mind. Does this sound familiar to you? Well, let me tell you a similar experience. A few years ago, when I graduated from college, I started working as an English teacher. I had to teach English grammar to complete beginners. The students always seemed to be least interested in my class, not only because I was boring, but the subject I was teaching was super boring. Explaining grammar rules and making them form sentences were not that entertaining. If you're a teacher or if you have ever done any public talks, you should know that feeling when your audience frequently yawned during your lectures. Yes, it was really painful. I was less motivated and even thought of resigning from my job. How can I teach English grammar in an interesting way? That's a problem. That's a question I asked myself. I thought of different ideas, but I couldn't come up with a solution for that. One day, I was lying on my bed thinking about random things as I was about to fall asleep. And then an idea popped up in my mind out of nowhere. It was actually an idea that I can use for teaching grammar through a fun game. I jumped out of bed and I thought, wait a second, this is gonna be great. It might make my students more interested and engaged in the class. Then that one idea literally worked and students started responding to my class better than ever before. This made me feel much better about my job. And the greatest innovations that changed the world, like printing press, airplane, light bulb, personal computer, and all other, were just some ideas that popped up in human brain at random situations. But there is a problem. These awesome ideas your brain produces usually will not last that long. They can pop up at the strangest times, but they don't stay for long in your head. As we discussed in our previous video, our memory is like a leaking bucket. It forgets everything really faster. Even if I check the ideas and thought I wrote down in my journal a few weeks ago, I would most probably have forgotten some of them. So you need to capture them immediately when they pop up in your mind, or they're gone forever. You can't blame your brain for that. For instance, when you run 5 applications in your smartphone at a time, it won't be much of a problem for your phone. But what happens if you open 20 apps and use them all together? Its performance will definitely go down. Same thing happens when you demand your brain to store and process many things at a time. Of course, your brain can be multitasking, but still it's not that smart enough to keep track of the hundreds of ideas that go through it every single day. So the best thing you can do is writing down some of the ideas and plans and let your brain concentrate on the most important ones. Imagine you are sitting on a beach and having tea with your friends. An idea pops up in your mind and you get so excited. You think, this idea is gonna take my business to the next level. It's very important to me, and you're like, I don't need to write it down now because there's no way I'm gonna forget this. But after 10 minutes, you meet one of your best friends at the beach. And now what? You have forgotten an idea that was so important to remember. It's gone forever. The best thing you can do to prevent this is that record your ideas right when it comes to your mind. You don't always have to carry a physical notebook or a journal with you. You can use any smartphone application which is more convenient to you. I personally use Microsoft's OneNote. You can save your notes to cloud storage so that you won't miss them even if you lose your phone. Not only ideas, you can write down your goals too. A lot of self-development practitioners recommend writing down your goals. You need to write every single detail of it. Doing this will engage the visualization mechanism in your brain, and your subconscious mind will start working towards accomplishing your goals. A few years ago, when I was in college, I was kind of an introverted guy. I did not enjoy socializing or talking with people so much. I grew up spending most of my time staying at home when I was free. So my social skills were really poor. I even hated being called for doing presentations in my class because I used to become nervous when I stand in front of people. As I started realizing the danger of the situation, I thought of changing it. I strictly followed some of the ideas I found on the internet, and one of them was writing your goals down. And this is a screenshot of one of the notes I kept at that time. Let me read this for you. I would also like to visualize my goal being realized. I'm speaking in front of a big crowd, throwing energy all around and people laughing loudly as I crack a joke before them. They become motivated and involved in a speech. I told you I was really bad at public speaking when I wrote this thing. But I believe there is nothing I can achieve if I really work for it. I graduated from college and used all the opportunity to address people. I started teaching and learned the chemistry of public speaking. And after a while, the thing I wrote down in my journal started becoming reality. This may not sound that great to you, but for me, as a person who struggled even to talk to people, it was literally a great achievement. That's when I started believing in the power of visualization, which is a topic for another video. Let's talk about the science going on behind this process. When a new idea comes to your brain, for your brain it's just one out of hundreds of other thoughts which are not so important to remember. As we discussed in the previous video about second language acquisition, there is no way your brain is going to remember something just because it went through it. Repetition plays a very important role in remembering things better. The actual process of writing forces your brain to process the information. You need to physically write something, a sentence, a reminder, or a couple of sentences, it doesn't matter. It engages a different part of your brain and helps you remember it better and for longer. Writing something down actually takes an abstract thought and gives it concrete shape and form. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for getting videos like this and press that bell icon for getting notified when I upload a new video. And comment down what you think about this topic. Do you think writing down your ideas will enhance your productivity? I would love to hear your opinions about this. My name is Jinas and I'll see you with another video next week. Until then, you take care.